Hey my bookish friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jules. I read all kinds of genres and I like to share my thoughts with you. In this vlog, I'm going to be reading two new release thriller books. So the two books that I'm going to be reading for this vlog is No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall and Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. So No One Can Know was published on January 23rd of this year, and I'm going to be reading this for the Nobody No Crime book club that Rachel has started. This is her second month, so I am excited to get to this one. It says, 14 years ago, the Palmer sisters, Emma, Julia, and Daphne left their home in Arden Hills and never returned. But when Emma discovers she's pregnant and her husband loses his job, she has no option but to return to the house that she and her estranged sisters still own, and where their parents were murdered. Emma has never told anyone what she saw the night her parents died, even when she became the prime suspect. But her presence in the house threatens to uncover secrets that have stayed hidden for years, and the sisters are drawn together once again. As they face their memories of the past, rivalries restart, connections are forged, and for the first time, Emma starts to ask questions about what really happened that night. And then Listen for the Lie was published on March 5th, so very recent. I'm reading this for Jess's channel membership, which is the Paw Print membership. So if you subscribe to her channel membership, then she does like extra reading sprints and book clubs and things like that. It's not a Patreon, it's just her membership. It's similar to a Patreon. And this one says, Lucy and Savvy were the golden girls of their small Texas town, pretty, smart, and enviable. Lucy married a dream guy with a big ring and an even bigger new home. Savvy was a social butterfly loved by all, and if you believe the rumors, especially popular with the men in the town. But after Lucy is found wandering the streets, covered in her best friend Savvy's blood, everyone thinks she is a murderer. It's been years since that horrible night, a night Lucy can't remember anything about, and she has since moved to LA and started a new life. But now, the phenomenally huge hit true crime podcast, Listen for the Lie, and its too good-looking host, Ben Owens, have decided to investigate Savvy's murder for the show's second season. Lucy is forced to return to the place she vowed never to set foot in again to solve her friend's murder, even if she was the one who did it. The truth is out there if we just listen. Podcast element book, family drama, can't remember what happened kind of in both of them. They're both books that I have got from Book of the Month. I am excited to read them. So I am going to start with No One Can Know, and I will be back with some updates. I am back with an update. I'm only 120 pages in, and this book is so good. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna binge the heck out of this tonight. I'm off work now, and I did some cleaning, and I'm about to start dinner. But yeah, this is really good. There's only like 320-ish pages, so I got about 200 more pages left, and I want to burn through this tonight. So it goes back and forth between in the past with the girls, and kind of mostly it follows Emma, and because she's the one who everybody thinks killed the parents. So it flashes back between the girls in the past and the girls now. Emma's pregnant now, and her husband doesn't have a job. We learned that from the synopsis. So they're back at their home. Obviously, everybody in town still recognizes her, and still, like, they never caught any killers. She was never charged with the murder, but obviously people still think she did it. So they're dealing with people that are coming and vandalizing, or kids playing tricks and whatnot. And honestly, I'm not even sad that the parents are dead. Like, I mean, I want to know who killed them, but like, they're awful people. Not that awful people deserve to die, but for the sake of this fictional book, I'm not sad they're dead. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to keep reading, and hopefully I will come back with an update tonight. Maybe not. Depends on, like, if I binge. I have sprints tonight. I'm on sprints with Gabby right now. But then I'm late to get on sprints with Liv, so I'm going to go do that now and make dinner and I'm going to do some more reading, and hopefully I can get through this book because it is so good. I'm loving it. I am back with an update. I did, in fact, finish this book last night. I stayed up a little bit late to finish it, but I binged this all in one day. So I loved this book. I really, really enjoyed it. I had a really good time with this book. So I'm going to give it a 4-star only because I didn't really get thrillery vibes from it, I guess. Like, it wasn't like keep me on the edge of my seat, like what's going to happen. It was more of just a trying to figure out what happened, kind of all the secrets that happened with that. So yeah, there was a lot of family dysfunction in this. So I did enjoy the flashback timeline where each girl gives a little bit of background with their relationship between their parents, like which girl was the mom's favorite, which one was the dad's favorite, or like which one they thought was, and then also like who the good girl was, who the bad girl was, who the weird girl was, like just kind of like their interpretation of how they like their life back then. And then the punishments that the dad would give, you know, for things that they did, what their expectations were, you know, growing up in their house. So there's definitely a lot of family dysfunction in that, and domestic abuse and child abuse. So those are trigger warnings. If you know, have any issues with those, I would not pick this up. But I loved all of that. The current chapters was just the girls like reconnecting and them talking about what they thought happened or what they didn't think happened because they didn't have memories of it. Emma wants to figure out what happened, but somebody's still wanting to keep secrets hidden. And then, you know, we get Emma and her husband's kind of relationship and like what they're dealing with as, you know, the situations that they have going on right now. And, you know, him trying to dig a little bit too to figure out, you know, did his wife really kill the parents? It's just a really fun time. So I checked on Goodreads, and there are some, I feel like either people really like this or people really didn't like it. Like a lot of people DNF'd it, or a lot of people gave it low stars. So it's either one or the other. I really enjoyed it. So I would highly recommend, if you like that roller coaster kind of crazy dysfunctional family lies and secrets type of thing, I would pick this up. So now I am moving on to my second book I'm going to read, Listen for the Lie. And I hope it's as good as the last one I read. So we'll see how quick I get through this one. How fantastic would that be to have this vlog be like really good reads? I will be back and I will let you know. Boo. I've been gone for a hot minute, or like 24 hours. So I'm back with an update. I got 50% through this book yesterday, and I love it. It's so good. I feel like I say that when I really, it's so good. So yesterday I was reading this, and this is a really fast read as well. However, I was busy at work, and then after work, I went to the gym, and then I came home, did my normal stuff, and then I had to run an errand with my daughter, so I was out doing that, and then I didn't like sit down again to read until like after, it was like 9 o'clock, so I didn't have very long to read last night. And then again this morning, it's Friday, I'm working, I have not had a chance to read, but anyway, I am going to finish this today, because I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a good time with it. Our main character, Lucy, we are following her. Obviously, she is suspected of killing her best friend. And I don't know why I thought that they were younger, like in high school, but they're not. Like, they were already out of school. Like, they went away to college. She got married and came back home. And then her and Savvy became friends. And then the murder happened. But anyway, I just need to share the first sentence of this book. If I get to it. A podcaster has decided to ruin my life, so I'm buying a chicken. Why did I think she meant like a literal chicken? I was like, I love that for her. She's getting a chicken, like as like a pet chicken. No, that's not what she meant. She meant like a chicken to cook. like for a dinner. Anyway, I just thought that was hilarious. So Lucy ends up going back to her hometown because her grandma is turning 80 and is going to have like this big party and wants her to come. This grandma is hilarious. I love her. She is a firecracker and it is so funny. So if you are going to read this book, I highly recommend listening to the audio as well. The audio is so good. And I almost didn't because it wasn't available on Everand. I ended up buying the audio just because I had seen somewhere else where someone said it was really good. And I am 1000% glad I did. So it is so funny. Lucy's demeanor and personality is just hilarious. Like, she just could not give two shits. And it's so funny. So the majority of this book is her back home, staying with her parents, and then this podcaster is wanting to do this podcast on her. And of course, she doesn't want to do it at first because she thinks, you know, it's just going to make her look bad. And he's like, I'm really just trying to find out the truth. And she doesn't have any memories. So she's trying to find out the truth too. So she finally decides to talk to the podcaster. And let me just tell you, the podcast elements of this book are amazing. So the audio they have, when they do the interviews, it makes it sound like you're listening to a podcast, and then the voices are different and they're hilarious. These people that they're interviewing, like, I'm just having the best time with this book. That is all I can say. As far as thriller vibes, no, I'm not getting any of that. It is not, again, like the last book I read. It's not like when I think thriller vibes, I think like locked door, suspenseful, or someone's after you type. That's like thriller to me. These are just really recounts of them trying to figure out what happened in a murder. Both the books I read, but I still love them. They're good. So a couple other things I just have to mention that cracked me up. I've tabbed a couple of things because they were just hilarious. So in one conversation with Ben, the podcaster, she says, I'm not good at small talk. I noticed. Some people think that means I'm just an asshole. Not being good at small talk makes you an asshole? Apparently, that's what some people say. My mom is always subtle about it, though. Polite people chat with each other, Lucy. They ask how your day is going. Are you an asshole, he asked. Kind of. Well, that's honest. So the grandma and her are having a conversation, and she says, they're talking about Matt, her husband, about how everyone just thinks he's great. And she says, I'm tired of this town acting like the sun shines out of Matt's ass. It's hilarious. Just get the audio. That's all I have to say. Anyway, I'll be back. I have about 150 pages, so I will be back probably with my final thoughts since I've been gone forever for this first half of this book. Be back soon. I am back with an update. And I devoured the last part of this book. I loved it. I loved it. So in my mind, I was thinking that a couple people that were sus, that I was like, okay, it must have been them. But then I kind of did a flip. And I was like, no, I think I know who it is. And I was right. Which it kind of surprises me because I usually could never figure out who the killer is, or, you know, how it's going to end or whatever. And I don't go into thriller books or mystery books like trying to figure out who done it. Like I don't really care. I don't want to try and solve it. I just want to be immersed in the story. But for some reason when I was reading this, I was like, and I figured it out. This is a 5-star read for me. Absolutely. The last, half was still, continuing, them doing their podcast and his podcast interviews with other people, and her basically trying to trigger memories and see if she could figure out what happened. And it was just a good time. Just a good time. Recap for this vlog. No One Can Know, 4 stars. And it was a good, probably 4.5 if we're doing half stars, really. Like, it was really good as well. and then 5 stars for this. And like I said, this is not a keep you on the edge of your seat thriller type, you know. This is just a fun, edgy mystery trying to figure out what happened. And it was a good time. So if it wasn't as fun, it probably would have just gotten like a 4 star. Yeah, I 100% think you should go pick these books up. Like now. So that is it for this thriller vlog. Have you guys read these books? If you did, how did you like them? What were your ratings? Leave me the comments below. If you haven't read them, have I inspired you to pick them up? Again, let me know in the comments. And if you did enjoy this vlog, please make sure to click that like button. It does help my channel. If you are not subscribed, oh, what are you waiting for? Please go do that now. And until my next video, friends, be yourself, be awesome, be kind. Bye.